Logic tutorial for Skinny Man, starting at version 0.10.0. Before we begin, let me clarify that this is a tutorial for how to use the logic systems in this game and not a tutorial for how to use basic logic gates. To start off with, logic in Skinny Man lives on logic boards, which are indicated in the level overview by a light bulb. Each logic board is triggered by a different action indicated by its name. At the time of recording, there are 3 logic boards that come with each level. They are tick, load, and level complete. The tick logic board is updated 50 times per second, or at a rate of 50 ticks per second. All other logic boards receive an update when their attached event occurs. When one of these events occurs, the corresponding logic board will receive 1 super tick equivalent to 256 normal ticks all at once. The load logic board triggers on level load, and the level complete board triggers when the player reaches the finish line. The process of editing each logic board is identical, so we'll focus on the tick board in this tutorial. First, let's take a look at what is available in the toolbox. The first 4 tools are the same as what is found in the normal stage editor. The connect tool is used to connect logic nodes together, and the move tool is used to move around logic components. After the link to this video, you will find all available logic components. They are AND gate, OR gate, XOR gate, NAND gate, NOR gate, XNOR gate, random output, delay, pulse generator, constant on signal, play sound, read 3D mode, set 3D mode, read variable, set visibility, set X offset, set Y offset, and finally set Z offset. All logic components are placed in the same way. Simply select the tool, then click anywhere on the logic board to place one. Additionally, you can use the arrow keys to move around the logic board and make bigger circuits. Once you have your logic components placed down, you can use the connect tool to connect them. Nodes on the left side of gates are inputs. Inputs can only receive 1 connection. Nodes on the right side of components are outputs, and can have as many connections as you want. To connect 2 nodes, start by clicking and dragging from an output node to an input node, releasing the mouse button once it's over the input node. When a connection between 2 components is active, it will appear red, and when it's not active, it will appear black. Several different components, such as delay or play sound, need to be configured once placed. This is accomplished with the select tool. With the select tool active, click on the component you want to configure. Under the selection tab of the toolbox, you will then see the configurable properties. Now we're going to talk about the variables/groups tab of the toolbox. On the left side of this tab, you will see a list of variables in this level. Each variable is named B and then a number. This naming convention signifies that these variables are stored as Boolean values. By default, each level comes with 5 variables, and more can be added by pressing the plus button next to the name. Additionally, there is a red box next to each variable. This represents the current state of the variables. Red for off and green for on. Additionally, clicking on this box will manually change the state of the variables. On the right side of your screen, you will see a list of groups. By default, each level comes with 1 group named Group 0. You can add more groups by first clicking on the line next to the title, typing your group name, then pressing the plus button. At the bottom of the tab, you will see 2 buttons. The button labeled Load will simulate a level load by running a single super tick on the load logic board. The tick button will advance the current logic board by a single tick for debugging. Okay, so what's the point of variables and groups? In short, they are the primary way for stages and gameplay to interact with logic. Additionally, variables can be used to store information within the logic board. When selecting stage components, you may have noticed the ability to apply a group to them at the bottom of the selection tab. These groups allow you to transform stage components with logic. This is accomplished with the visibility and set offset logic components. Note for the offset components, you have to set both the group and absolute offset you want. And finally, we come to the in-stage buttons. These allow for the most direct interaction between gameplay and logic. Buttons are configured with the select tool. Here you will to directly link a button and a variable. It is important that whatever variable you choose is only ever used for this button and this button only. Each button requires its own variables, and that variable should not be set by any other button or logic. And that brings us to the end of this quick little tutorial video here. If you have additional questions or anything you want to add to the discussion, please feel free to leave that in the comments below. If this is your first time hearing about this game, well, hello, welcome. You can find a link to that in the video description.